All right, y'all. So the more I learn about this situation in Stockton, the more sick I get. That's just the truth. The mother who hosted the birthday party for her daughter, 2 years old, they shot up a 2-year-old's birthday party. She spoke out for the first time she was interviewed. I want to talk to you about what she said. We're also learning more about the victims, one of which is on the screen right now. His father recounted his final moments and said that he doesn't understand why God would allow this to happen. I also want to get into a couple other clips as well. Let's start right here.
Sorry to all the mothers and children out there. If I could do anything to prevent this, I would. I threw a birthday party for my little daughter. She actually turned 2, and I just wanted all my family to come together, and an incident happened. Everybody's getting together around and just start cutting the cake, and all we heard was gunshots, and everybody just fell to the ground. It was just unexpected. I don't even know what was going on. Everybody was inside. It was just a misunderstanding. I actually thought it was my balloons popping. It was gunshots. I don't know what happened. I'm lost of words. I'm speechless, and I just want to say I'm sorry to all the mothers out there that lost their kids. And this is why it's really hurting me, because I see youth all day. I see kids all day. I'm a mother of 3. So for me to see kids on the floor and just bleeding and I can't help them, and I help people that I help the youth at my job, it was hurting me not to help them on the floor. Try not to be in public all the time with your kids, because anything can happen and bullet do not have a name. I believe that if you guys ever have a birthday party, just have a birthday party indoors and don't be outside.
Man, somebody in the comments said, the fact that she feels guilty for throwing a B-Day party is so sad. America needs to do better, man. Parents should not live in fear like this. It's really just the actions of certain adult men who are still entangled in this gang culture, who think that, this gang life is above all. It's really those individuals who need to do better. It's really those individuals who need to have a better perspective, a deeper perspective, and an understanding of the value of life. Because at this point in time, they don't value life. They don't value their own life. So how could they value the life of somebody else? That's the real problem. And I don't really know what the solution is to fix that, because it's at this point, the violence is going to continue, because I don't see how they're going to let this slide. I don't see how there's not going to be a retaliation to what happened. Assuming that the speculation is correct in terms of the gang involvement in this shooting, which makes a lot of sense. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm, a gang investigator, but I've been listening to a lot of different reports. I've been reading a lot of different stuff, and that's what it appears to be, although at this point it's all speculation. But assuming that's true, I don't see how this stops anytime soon. I don't see how this stops anytime soon. I pray that it does, but I just don't see how it stops anytime soon. Father recounts final moments of his son killed in Stockton birthday party.
Remembers the day their child is born.
He was just like the perfect gift from God.
But this father, Patrick Peterson, is now burdened to live with the day his son died.
All I can see is my son crawling on the ground and me trying to resuscitate him.
At just 14, Amari Peterson took his last breath.
He had one bullet hole right above his heart.
Amari and his family, a few of the dozens on Saturday who were just trying to celebrate the birthday of a 2-year-old.
I just heard gunshots, and then the shooter came in, and he came in. I turned my back and I looked at him, and then I just started seeing him shoot. Just sit down.
Patrick's daughter was grazed, and in the panic before he could even react,
everybody running off, and then my son is just sitting there, just crawling, trying to get up. So I got my baby. I had to hop back over the counter, and I'm trying to see what's going on with him. I'm trying to give him CPR, and the bullet, and he just got blood coming out his face, and it's just something that a father should never have to go through.
What no one should ever endure is now on a painful replay.
Every time I get ready to lay down, I'm like laying over my son while he's sitting there breathing, trying to breathe. Every day he would tell me, Dad, I love you. Dad, I appreciate you. Every night, every morning. Every night, every morning, that boy would tell me he loved me.
A loving boy, a gentle soul, a life taken, and a community shaken.
He was loved by like so many people. He loved sports, he loved football, he loved basketball. You know, he ran a little bit of track. But overall, he was just a gentle soul. And I just can't see why God would let something like this happen.
I mean, that wasn't the intention. That wasn't the plan, obviously. From God's standpoint, right? This was never. Sin entering the equation was never the plan. That was the choice that was made by humans. We made the choice to determine for ourselves what was good and what was evil. And from that point on, sin entered into the equation. And now we see the fruit of sin, you know? I can't remember what, there was another video that I did, and I was talking about this. Well, multiple videos I was talking about this. Just to be completely honest, the worst thing that could possibly happen to us, and I'm not trying to minimize what happened, not at all. I'm actually trying to offer some hope, because the worst thing that could possibly happen to us is to be eternally separated from God. That's why we need to really take our relationship with Jesus Christ serious while we stand here on earth. And that goes for obviously ourselves, and we have to make sure that our children are all on the same page. The most beneficial thing that we can pass along to our children is for them to know God for themselves. It's for them to have a relationship with Jesus Christ for themselves, because there is hope, there is life in the name of Jesus Christ. There is. Tragic things are going to happen on this earth all day long. And that's unfortunate. That wasn't God's intention, but that's just the world that we live in today. But the most important thing that we can do is get to know Jesus for ourselves and become the spiritual shepherds of our family. Because you never know when, somebody is going to act upon their emotions and start doing stupid, heinous, evil, wicked things. That's just the world that we live in, unfortunately. I want to play this report.
This time we're hearing from people who were inside the venue and witnessed the horrible shooting, including a father who lost his son.
We also spoke to the mother hosting the birthday party for a 2-year-old. She talks about the scary moments when someone came in and shot several people, including children.
ABC 10's Roxanne Elias joins us live from the scene of the shooting. Roxanne, this must be so traumatic for them. What did the family share with you tonight?
Don't it seem like the news reporters be like forcing it? Maybe, I don't know, it just feels disingenuous sometimes. Like they be acting or something. Maybe that's not the case, but that's how it just feels sometimes.
Well, Laura, many tears were shed tonight as I sat with the family, listened to them tell me that they are both hurt and saddened and angry about all of this. And that is because all of the people who were shot here, they're all family members and close friends who will never get to go home ever again.
They were celebrating life. As they celebrated life, someone came in and took, robbed, destroyed families.
What was supposed to be a joyful celebration for a 2-year-old's birthday party Saturday afternoon quickly turned to terror when someone came into this building in Stockton and fired several shots.
All I heard was gunshots. I didn't see anything. I just fell to the ground with my baby. I tried to hide behind the jumper. That's all I remember.
Patrice Williams was hosting her daughter's birthday, surrounded by mostly family and some friends. She says the shooting happened as they were preparing to cut the cake and end the party. Her grandmother, Teresa Spivey, says she threw the cake table down as soon as she heard the shots and used it as a shield.
All I seen was kids dropping. Somebody fell on the side of me and they was hit. I looked up and I see my granddaughter. I ran and got her and I just started throwing kids in the back room, putting them up under the table. And I just seen the other kids just dropping to the ground, bleeding.
Spivey's sister, Bernice Bass, arrived at the horrific scene shortly after. She said she could see people carrying out children and people laying on the ground. The family shared this video from inside the building, taken when the family visited the scene the following day.
And the ones that lost their children, I am so sorry. I have 8 of my own. And when I woke up this morning knowing it was Monday morning, you had to get up to get your babies dressed for school. It's 4 parents, sets of parents out there. Couldn't get up, wake their baby up.
We asked the family if they knew of any possible motive, but they tell us they know of none, and it was hard to see who entered the building that night. And it's hard to understand why anyone would want to shoot up a child's birthday party.
I believe they just deserve to rot in jail.
The family now calling for justice.
I want the city to know on today, if you have any idea who pulled up and robbed us, stole from us, and took from us lives, tell it. You're not a snitch, because the person that did it, not a gangster. You lost it if you thought you was.
She said you lost it if you thought you was. I was gonna play this video, but I decided not to. I don't know who this guy is, but he was on Instagram Live. I think he's a rapper. He might even be Stockton based. And somebody in the chat was talking about the shooting, and he said, "We condone the shooting." He said, "We condone the shooting." He said, "We didn't do it, but we condone the shooting." And he basically said, that's what happens. If there's an opportunity, then that's what happens. Regardless of who is in the crowd, children, women, elderly, don't really matter. Don't really matter. What do y'all think? Get in my comments, like this video. I'm out, y'all.
channel, share, subscribe, like this video, request at the bottom. Now here, in the last couple of days, we've been talking about Russia, and boy, they're just making their way to the news every time I turn around. Today I've been busy trying to sort out where Bibles go, to who and fro, and everywhere in between. That's what I've been doing all day. I think I was, as soon as I got up, it's been literally just trying to figure out where everything goes. And I wanted to get on earlier, but the internet here has been acting very weird. I don't know if it's the weather, where it's cold, and we're supposed to got some snow this morning, but nothing really came about. But it's just nasty outside. I was expecting about 2 or 3 inches of snow, and last night, late into the night, it just gushed rain, which I'm not complaining. I'll take rain over the snow any day. All right, Russian President Vladimir Putin said Tuesday that Russia was ready for war if Europe seeks one. I think they both seek it. Accusing Europe of trying to sabotage a deal with Ukraine's conflict. Here's the thing. Every day we got to go back and forth with these clowns about this so-called agreement that are trying to work out. Let's be frank here. The area just of the Donbass itself that they're both fighting for, okay? I'm going to give you an idea of just how the lies that these people are telling. The Donbass itself is sitting on $7 trillion worth of rare earth metals. $7 trillion. That's more than what all of Europe has combined. Do you honestly think that everything we've been watching all summer, all the equipment flowing into Poland and all the Baltic states, they're all building these major walls, they're mining their borders. Do you think they're going to give that up? Absolutely not. Now, they're going to make the world think that they are. Oh, we're going to talk peace. We're going to try to come to a settlement. Let me tell you something. From what we see, the flight radar and all these other things that are happening, neither side is going to give up this land. Neither. They can't. Okay? Here's the thing. They can't. NATO can't give it up, and Russia can't give it up. And neither of them are going to budge. And both of them will burn the world to get it. I promise you. They're going to. Right now, people, there is a fight over rare earth metals. Everything you use in your house now is microchipped. Almost everything. That's why I said if there's an EMP right now, we're all back in the Stone Age. If Jesus don't get us out of here before it happens. Because I'm telling you, that's what's coming. That is what's coming, 100%. These clowns are going to fight to the last mineral. This has been working for a while. This is exactly what happened in World War II. It was a different standard. Back then, you didn't have the god-awful weapons we're looking at today. You don't have to have a D-Day anymore. You just bomb somebody from your own country. The missiles can hit them. Right now, there's no protection inside of America. None. Okay? For instance, if what we think is true, and Russia, China has put missiles into Venezuela, that's why we haven't attacked them yet, by the way. 100% probably. With all that, America has no self-defense inside this country. Now, they've protected every other country around the world with trillions of dollars. Half of our debt is went to other countries. Okay? So they're protected. America is not. They're talking about building this Golden Dome, but it's too late for that. They've got to figure out what dispensation they're in. They don't have no time for that anymore. So, when this thing does square off, it's going to be no holds barred here in the United States because there's no protection. And if it is the, what do they call it? Those crate units, okay? If they are here, and I do believe they probably are, that's why they're looking for nukes up and down the United States, not in Pakistan or China. They're looking for nukes here inside this country that's loose somewhere. They're looking for them. Don't think they're not. We're watching them do it. They've got R-135s, Intel balloons over top of America. That's not for the illegal aliens, people. That is because they know something's out there. Those things are trying to trace a signal that goes with those units. So if they do pop up and shoot a missile out of them, they'll detect it. But still, there's no defense. The only place in America that has any kind of missile defense is Washington, D.C. That's it. Every other state is just no holds barred. This thing goes. And it's going to go at any time. over rare earth metals. Now, why would they be fighting so hard over rare earth metals? The Antichrist, we all know, is from what the scripture tells us, is going to be using chips. Okay? Chip in the hand, chip in the forehead, whatever this is. So they're fighting over that stuff to create them right now as we speak. Why do you think there's such a fight over Taiwan? They're the biggest chip manufacturer in the globe, okay, by far, and they have the best chips. Nobody comes close. That's why we went over there and we brought half their factory is in California, I think, maybe. It's somewhere down the West Coast. So, because that's how important they are. They wanted to make sure that if Taiwan falls, those chips are here in the United States, which is very smart for the United States to do that. But ladies and gentlemen, you got to know what's truly happening out there. The Antichrist is fighting over these stuff to make these chips because he's going to need a lot of them once we're gone. Because if he wants to chip everybody that he wants to chip, he's going to have the resources to do it. And he's got to have it quick, very fast once we're gone. Because he's got limited time, people. Now, it says here, what Putin said, like I said, you can't trust him. God's already warned us, already gave us a fresh warning this week. We're not planning to go to war with Europe. But if Europe wants and starts one, we're ready right now. Of course they are. That's what they're planning. Putin said ahead of talks with U.S. envoy Steve Wilcox and also Jared Kushner there, both of them are crooks. So that's not going to go very well. Okay. Anything them two work out with Russia, it's bad, okay? Because they, like I said, they've stabbed Israel over and over and over with this stuff. And it doesn't bode well for any country when this country comes to try and negotiate any kind of thing. That meeting with Wilcox and Kushner began at 10 a.m. this morning. Now, we haven't had any updates on that, but I can pretty much tell you it's going to be false. Now, U.S. B-52 and fighter jets fly over Venezuela airspace. Listen to this. The world, as I'm telling you, it's a ticking time. The United States B-52 Stratoforce heavy bomber escorted F-A-18 fighter jets, which we call the Super Hornets, overflows sovereign Venezuela territory off the northern coast of Venezuela, as shown on the map. Now, Venezuela's government lodged a formal complaint with the United States accusing U.S. Air Force B-52's strategic bombers escorted by two F-A-18 Super Hornets fighters off entering its sovereign airspace without authorization or prior notification, which I don't think this administration cares about much anyway. The incident reportedly occurred at Isla de Margarita, a Venezuelan island in the Caribbean Sea, amid heightened U.S. military activity in the region. Venezuelan officials open-source flight tracking radar, the B-52, orientation from North Air Force Base flew over the island with the Super Hornets believed to have launched from the Gerald R. Ford. And like I said, it's costing a ton of money for that thing to be sitting out there. These aircraft carriers are not cheap, people. To move from location to cut location, you've got, I think we got 6,000 of our young men and women on there. Always keep them in your prayers. But, you know, there's a lot of them. You got to feed them 3 or 4 times a day. And I mean, it's expensive to move those aircraft carriers. So it's been sitting out there and it's not cheap. So whatever's about to happen, it's big. And when it does take off, it's going to not just affect the Caribbean. It's going to affect the whole world. All this, people, leads to a bigger source of trouble. All of it does, including what we're seeing with Israel-Iran. Last 4 or 5 days, we have sent a ton of equipment. We're still shipping equipment in to Israel. And them, Hamas, and all these people, they're getting into it with Hezbollah. And the list goes on and on. You're looking at Psalms 83 and all these things, building and building and building. Now, one of these days, when we're all just probably going to the gas station or going to go get groceries, it's going to pop, and nobody's going to see it coming. And that's what we've been warning you about. The warnings are now, like with what we've been seeing with the 22 and all these different things. God's let us know. Keep your eyes open, because when this thing explodes, it's going to explode. And it's going to explode fast. People ain't going to see it coming. I don't even think, we know it's coming, but it's even going to shock us. Now, Wickoff had landed in Moscow, so let's see. Still haven't got anything. Let me look and see if anything's updated on that. Let's see here. We need to know what them boys are doing. Let's Flood this morning, by the way, of 600 people. That stuff's happening all the time. We don't report on it all the time, but it's happening in mass all over the world, including the earthquakes. We've been keeping the eye on the West Coast too, and it has been moving. There was a direct earthquake straight on the Cascadia the other night. It's right in that southern tier close to San Francisco. So keep your eyes on that one, because like I said, all this is going to pop at the same time, and the Lord sure has given us a lot of movement to what's coming. Still trying to see. Now this is breaking. U.S. administration has reportedly conveyed a message to the Iraqi government, which states that an immediate Israel operation against Hezbollah will commence soon. So, once again, people, war is all over. Unusual number of Israeli fighter jets low over Israel near the Lebanese border. So, I'm telling you, it's hard everywhere. When you start to see all this stuff happening, be ready, people. I'm telling you, when it goes, it goes. It's like a dam right now, holding back all this chaos. We're the dam. The Holy Spirit, the restrainer. See, Spain issues an unusual NOTAM over Caracas, Venezuela for December 1st. Oh, goodness. Now, Trump issued a sharp warning to Israel not to interfere in Syria. As I said, he's buddies with all their enemies. And this country is the one that's heading up this two-state solution. Trump started back in the Abraham Accords in his first term. And now what Trump seeks out of this is fame and fortune and power, okay? He's not trying to protect Israel. Get that out of your head. If he didn't want to do that, he wouldn't, every time he goes over there, he wouldn't bypass them and he goes straight to the trillionaires over there in the Arab nations. People, you go by the fruits of their labors. You watch what they do and know what they are, okay? Don't be fooled. That's the problem today. Everybody believes what the press tells them and what they think. And that's not what it is. You watch what they do. Let's see. Still trying to find out if anything's crossed about this. See, Israel will most likely not listen to Trump. Well, that's true. U.S. warns Israel, Syria strikes risk self-destructing peace efforts. There is no peace over there. I mean, that's a joke. It's one of the biggest lies being told by this administration is peace, peace, peace. None of it's true. And yet people are figuring that out. It took a while, but they're figuring it out. It's all been a lie. It's all fake. They want you to think they're doing a whole lot, but they really haven't. They're just basically destroying everything on their sides. So Netanyahu issued this morning a new ultimatum to Syria. He declared that a demilitarized buffer zone, which is what they had before, listen to this, stretching from Damascus to Israel-held Golan, the Golan Heights and occupied Mount Hermon must be established. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? That's all the way to their capital, they want this buffer zone. Get that. They want a demilitarized buffer zone stretching from Damascus. We'll see what God's doing in this speech. To the Israel-held Golan and occupied Mount Hermon must be established. He stated Israel is determined to defend its northern border, prevent terrorist entrenchment, protect the Jewish allies, and stop all cross-border attacks. Boy, I'm telling you, it's heating up. That's crazy. That's a big buffer zone. And that will set the world on fire. If they go in, and they will. I mean, it's the way it is. We know Damascus is going to fall. See, I'm not seeing no updates, so that will cough. All right, so there's been, this is, I guess, more sun, violent flares are coming off the sun, so that might be also what's contributing to all the earthquakes on the West Coast. It's been shaking and rolling. Let's see.
I don't know what Arsenio's doing right now. He's probably
So Trump did order Venezuelan.
Damn! There's some good ass cheese. How good the cheese is, he'll be mad. How come you didn't tell me how good the cheese was? Motherfucker. I was surprised if you bank looking motherfucker. You should have told me how good the cheese was.
Sub-Zero! Freeze in fear!
President today to flee the country now. So like I said, we tell the world what to do, including Israel, and it's going to backfire. When it does, it's going to be bad. Because we don't have too many friends right now, not even Canada or anybody, it's even our neighbors. He's managed to kick everybody on the planet off. And it's all set up for that because the attack is coming. This has all been written. It's all set up. There's no stopping it. Everything we've seen and been warned about this country falling, it's coming. There's no stopping it. It is coming. See. This is hilarious. Trump says he will begin striking drug traffickers. Maybe they need to go after the human traffickers, but if you want to put the Jeffrey Epstein out, we've got 30 days. See, I mean, they'll go after the drug traffickers, but not the human traffickers. So, go figure that out. It just shows you how criminal these people are. All around the world, these governments and these people. It's sickening. It truly is. The child trafficking is wrong. Go after the drug people. Leave the child trafficking alone. That's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. So this thing was serious, getting pretty nasty in Lebanon. So they're fighting on all four fronts again. Literally, they're fighting on all four fronts. My goodness, it's just fast. All right, so the Russian sunflower oil tanker attacked in the Black Sea. So there's another one. Well, I told you, I warned and warned about this. They keep taking their tankers out. That is their money, okay? Russia's warned on this. Now listen, it's not going to be like America does. They're not just going to, do so. They're going to literally, when this thing goes, it's going to be like that. There's going to be no warning. The only warning you're going to get is from the watchers themselves in this community. That's about it, people. You're not going to get it from the church. They don't even have a clue what's happening on the planet. So Jesus is using the watchmen to just keep you aware. Listen, there's nothing we can do to stop it. But we can work together as a family, stick together to the very end. We're on a map to the Exodus, okay? Until Jesus pulls us out of here, we're all on the same path to get out of here, okay? So we stick together, we help each other, and we just keep encouraging each other. That's what the Bible tells us to do, and know that the blessed hope is coming to get us. Because this right here is a prelude. This right here, and I know it, and I don't even know how I know it or why I know it. But there's just something about these ships that I've just got a feeling it plays a role. The attack took place in the Turkish waters and the Black Sea. Now, Turkish officials report all 13 crew members are safe. The ship isn't severely damaged, but it's en route to Georgia. But this is another one that's been struck by drones. Okay, so Malta, and it's not going to stop the way it looks. It's just not going to stop. All right, so we covered that last night. See if there's anything else. I'm going to keep an eye on this Wyckoff and stuff, because that's weird that we haven't heard anything about him and Kushner. All right, so I'll keep an update, and I'll come back on tonight if I can find anything else about it. I'm keeping an eye on the earthquakes and everything else going on, because there's so many things happening simultaneously, as usual. And right now, we know that these are birth pains. Like I said, we're on the map. We follow it. God has warned us about a 22 in yellow this week. Multiple people. And he told us it had to do with Russia, so that's why we're keeping our focus on them right now, because God's warning us something bad is going to come from Russia. So maybe they've poked the bear too many times, and we're getting ready to go home. Trust the gospel. 1 Corinthians 15:1-4. Jesus died on the cross for our sins, past, present, and future. He died, was buried, rose again on the third day. According to the scriptures, trust in Jesus and Jesus alone. Confirm everything through him. Do not take your eyes off of him. The world is at war, people. Now, it hasn't affected us here at home yet. But the day that it does, it's going to be too late. And we're going home, and those who don't want to be left here will still be left here if you're not washed in the blood of Jesus. It's going to happen fast, people. If you keep putting it off, you're going to be stuck. Do not do that. Don't wait another day. Choose Jesus today. I love each and every one of you. If I don't hear from you again, I'll see you at home.
Instead, it's dry days of relation gone. No feed, you be on your own. Y'all said two better than one. For Yahushua, shiny a monkey around for us, serious hunting, and they never know the way we coming.
Y'all already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your shoes. Super violate that like button. It don't cost you nothing to hit that like button. Shall we begin? Shall we begin?
With breaking news.
Let this be perfectly clear. In this community in San Joaquin County, violence of this nature has absolutely no place in any kind, shape, or form, and children should not be harmed by gun and gang violence.
San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office says There was a large family gathering at a banquet hall when shots were fired. This video is from the crime scene in that shopping area. The sheriff's office says they received calls of a shooting on Lucille Avenue near Thornton Road in Stockton a little before 6 this evening. That's when deputies discovered several victims. 4 died from their injuries and 10 others are being treated in the hospital. Their conditions have not been released as of yet. And the Vice Mayor of Stockton, Jason Lee, says this gathering was for a child's birthday party. The San Joaquin County District Attorney and Mayor of Stockton both have indicated that children are among the victims who died.
I'm just trying to wrap my process the fact that this was a child's birthday party. They didn't give a damn who got hit. They just came to send a message. They didn't care who got hit. They just came to send a message. But as a people, I think it's time that we got to start sending people like that, the savages. Pardon me. I said people, the savages that come from where we come from, that feel like life has no value. Senior citizens have no value. Children have no value. Mothers have no value. Yeah, that's a problem. Oh, it's definitely a problem. And see, my prayers go out to this father. To this father. But the time for men, us men, waiting for the justice system to give us justice for a situation that they helped to create.
I have an image of my son dying in my head over and over and over and over. Then him smiling, then him walking away, then him smiling, then he coming like, I just keep seeing my son in my head. Oh my God, he took my baby.
Painful images Patrick Peterson is now stuck replaying of his 14-year-old son, Amari, who was shot to death while at a child's birthday party.
You know, his nickname was Ferrari Mari. That was my nickname for him. Yeah.
Fast.
Yeah, he was really fast.
Images unlike the hundreds he has of Amari, smiling, hung on the walls of his home. Countless memories he's now holding close.
Maybe I should have just dove in front of the bullets and maybe he'll still be alive.
When bullets started flying, Peterson says it felt unreal. He grabbed his baby girl to duck behind a kitchen counter and then rushed to Amari when he saw he was down.
I'm on top of Amari, I'm trying to grab him, I'm like trying to see where he's hit because he's just sitting there just going... And I'm just like, man, I'm like, where you hit at? Where you hit at?
He discovered a bullet hole the size of a nickel on Amari's chest. Despite being rushed to the hospital in life-saving efforts, Amari didn't make it, leaving Peterson, his wife, and other children who were there too, heartbroken.
My daughter, she got hit. I could have lost her, you know, and it's gonna change her for life. My son is gonna change him for life.
Peterson says he lost the boy who made him the man he is today.
I was his coach.
Building Amari a life that he never had.
He got straight A's, he was a good student, he was a good team player, he was athletic.
Do you have any words for whoever is responsible for all of this?
If you have enough sense to pick up a gun and aim and shoot it, you got enough sense to take your responsibility of your actions.
A senseless act that left 2 other children and a 21-year-old dead.
This was one of the shoes that he had on the night. And his blood is on there.
And a father searching for peace with parting words to his golden boy.
And Daddy is sorry, and Daddy love you, and Daddy miss you. Daddy ain't gonna never be right without you.
This is why I say If you have the money and the means to get your child out of the hood, and you don't, it's child abuse. When you don't go outside and challenge evil, evil will come knocking at your door. Even in the form of being at a child's party. When we, the men of the community, the village, if we don't form Voltron, if we don't form a tribe and stand up and man up, then evil is gonna have its way. 1, 2, Freddy coming for you. They coming. It's sad to say, but the women in these communities, well, they gave birth to monsters. Shall we begin? Shall we begin?
Hey, y'all want to see something that's crazy? This was one of the rappers that was a primary target along with MB Nell.
Let's pick out the cell and call the phone
that hurt 19 people and 4 people lost their lives. We're talking about kids that lost their lives. On the 209 Times Instagram page, they posted kids. But then I looked at Dougie Threes, one of the individuals that was a target at that party. He made this post, and the caption says, "I'm sorry." What are you really sorry about though? Just because you knew the kid and you feel responsible for what you've done and what you instigated and all the enemies and the ops that you created for yourself, and they retaliated and people got hurt but you didn't? Because I don't hear you apologizing in this video right here.
That's why I'm going blink so you can hear the words. I'm still Yakuwan though, hidden in the verse. Yeah, don't call on me. Don't call on me.
This Stockton gang rapper has been making a lot of songs, has been disrespecting a lot of dead enemies, dead ops, making fun of dead people, talking about street wars and gang wars where lives were took. I don't see you being apologetic in those videos. See, you're apologizing on the basis that you know your actions and your lifestyle led to that incident that happened in Stockton. You can't expect people to accept your apology when a mother, and I send my condolences to her, has to grieve for her baby. And another mother and another father have to grieve for an 8-year-old baby as well. These are the consequences of you rappers' actions when y'all want to sit there and make diss tracks and diss songs and talk about dead people and really spill street business and lyrics about who killed who and you're glad that person's dead. I think it's a little too late to be apologetic. But before I end this video, I want to show you this right here. This is a gang member out of Stockton named Smirk. A lot of people say he's part of the EBK camp. All you gotta do is just read the comment section. Now he turned the comments off after things got out of control and a lot of people were making accusations. But yeah, they're basically blaming this crew that they were the ones responsible. Things are starting to get heated because a lot more people are starting to speak up, pay attention, and point people out. And like I said in my last video, if you're from these Stockton gangs, you're part of these Stockton rap groups that instigate these kind of gang warfares, just because the people that did it are going to be held responsible and face court and face the law, I'm still holding every gangster rapper and every gangster out of Stockton accountable. Because all of you are indulging in the same criminal behavior, the same gang warfares that mean nothing, and you guys are getting innocent people killed now. It's reached that level to that extent. That's why so many people are voicing their opinions, speaking out loud, and posting you guys. A mother that's grieving her child deserves way more than just an apology.
You know, there used to be a time where I used to say, I wouldn't wish jail on anybody. But in today's time, if the men of the community ain't gonna step up and give the hood justice, then I swear by Almighty God, I hope the FBI, the district attorney, and every federal government agency rain havoc on you little dusty dirt mites. When I get to the point to where that the babies ain't safe, but the gangbangers is, you know we living in a backwards world. And we all know it's evil to live backwards. It is what it is. Y'all stay tuned for my next live. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. Pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. And if you missed out on my early morning live this morning, all y'all gotta go to is the last video on my live. I'm out.
Guessing I thought it was over. Pull me right back in. Okay. Fine. Let's race.
Good afternoon.
Moving swiftly through the darkness, you know that I'm on the side. Yellow numbers on the hood was good, you know the ride with the headlights strong beam. I'm peering to the distance as you pass me. Won't be long until you gotta attack me. Meanest thing on the streets, travel faster than bad news. Powered by jet fuel, only driven by bad dudes. See me in the mirror, know that you have to fight me. No matter which way you maneuver, it's foolish to fight me. I'm a menace on this racetrack, built on top of a combat. No garage or cold home, where it's supposed to stop at. That lives a nightmare right there. Told me I just stop the aggression. I said, fuck nigga, rap out on depression. White angel at home, worry about my whereabouts. Blow my phone up, taking care of a little pose. It's supposed to be me in your dreams. I run this concrete like crack. Kiss my back, where my ass at, where my gas cap at. On the driver's side, that. They see me creeping up the streets cause them niggas be sleeping. Vehicular warfare, more scans than Freddy Fazbear. When I'm nearing them, devious, please. I mean, I'm leaving them. While with his fucking family, believing them. The loneliest boss ponying. Give me 5 seconds, I'm alone again. Not a single one of these faggots is opposing them. Acceleration is instantaneous. Subatomically, nigga, I'm shaming them. Which means I'm beating that ass on different levels forever. Better turn up that fucking bass cause this nigga is treble. I meander through the darkness like a ghost of some type. You want a shadow box like a shadow fox in the night. You gotta catch me first. Niggas staring at me on some home thirst. Paul Walker push the engine till it hurts. I raise these bridges and ridges to fill a frigid zone. I never sleep because constantly I defend my throne. Challenging please, they platinum and bronze leaves. Going hell up to the dust, they hoping they catch me. They max speed, receive inferior beams from the eyes. Losing to the strongest, you need to come as a surprise. Every soul remaining by my side, we ride until we die from flat sides of suicide. Nappy Mouse commanding the trap house, calling the boy Nebulous Ray anytime I need a place to stay. Hoping my children would never have to deal with my struggle. Missing my angel, been a long time since I said I love you. I would give anything to hold you in my arms or fuck you. But until then, trace the pavement and flexing my muscles. With me through the darkness, you know that I'm on the side. Yellow numbers on the hood, what's good? You know the ride with the headlights strong beat. I'm peering to the distance as you pass me. Won't be long until you gotta attack me. Run these streets 200 miles per hour, feet go. Only appearing whenever you're seeking defeat. Making no crucial movements with moments improving despite me. No matter which way you maneuver, it's foolish to fight me.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025. Back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Now, I was sitting here, right, watching some videos. Just finished my last load for the day. And I was looking at some people, some football players, a couple of music videos, some And they were all rich, right? I think Steve Young, he was doing an interview, a football interview. I was watching some shorts and some different stuff like y'all do. Just scrolling through YouTube. What have you? Crazy. Whatever I was on what I was doing at the same time. Just killing time. That works, like a lot of people do. So I was looking at these people. I was like, man, that folk rich as hell. And I started wondering. Because there's only a handful, compared to the grand scheme of the people in the world. Compared to the amount of people that's in the world, there's only a handful of people that are like rich, wealthy. Now that's a few million rich folks, but out of billions of people on the planet, it's a small percentage of people that are wealthy, what we call wealthy. 20 million, 30 million, shit like that and up, right? And you look at these people, they look just like us. Like, they don't look that special. Some of them, you might be good looking or whatever. There's a lot of good looking people that ain't rich. Could be tall, muscular, pretty woman, nice body. But you got plenty of that on this planet that ain't rich. So I'm sitting here looking and observing, because I'm thinking about my life. And my hustle, and my grind. And a lot of y'all might be able to relate to this too when you think about your hustle, your grind. I'm not the only one that work hard. I'm talking about extremely hard. Sun up to sundown, y'all gonna see the sun about to go down in a minute. So I know I'm not the only one that work hard like that. And I'm sitting here today, most of the day, trying to figure out how I'm gonna pay this. Looking at it's like a dark cloud looming over my head of the debt that I got. And I don't know how I'm gonna pay it. Sure, I make a little change here and there, but compared to what I owe, I'm broke. I'm not literally broke and I ain't got like no money. But I got a dark cloud of so much I'm responsible for, so much I have to do. My overhead, tax, child support, health, there's so much shit to where I owe more than I got. And then I don't know when, how, or if I'm gonna get it. And I'm not the only one. I'm like, don't feel sorry for big woman. Okay, so that ain't what this is. This ain't no pity party. I'm going somewhere with this. So I know I'm a pretty smart fella. I'm a hard man. I believe in God. I believe in heaven. I try to do it like this. I fall short. So I'm like, what make them, the rich folk, any different than me and you? Because I can't speak for you, but I can speak for me. I want to be rich too. I want to be in a position that we ain't got to worry about how to pay this. How to... See, say for instance, a football player. A basketball player. You wasn't born. I wasn't born running the 4.240. Bench pressing 800 pounds. Jumping 10 feet in the air. Or I wasn't born with the voice of an angel. And a lot of times when you see these people that's got that kind of money that we trying to, it didn't come from what we doing. They didn't come from getting up working hard, getting up and clocking in every morning. They didn't get there like that. Them people had some shit I ain't got it. I can't see it. Sometimes I wonder. I'm just telling y'all what's been going through my mind throughout the day. thoughts that I might be having that you might have too. Sometimes, you know, like on Senior Halls you do back in the day. Things that make you say, Just one of them things that make me say, I'm working hard too. I'm smart too. I believe I'm one of the smartest people on the planet. I can't tell you that I'm gonna go into the classroom and start doing trigonometry and calculus and all that shit I'm saying in my head. That ain't what I mean. I'm talking about problem solving, wisdom, experience, knowledge, that type of thing. Common sense. And I can figure out how to do a lot of things. I can show you how to do a lot of things, teach you how to do a lot of things. One thing I ain't been able to figure out that I've been wanting to figure out since I was a child, how to become rich. Like for us, how do we become rich? If you wasn't born able to see big boy money to root out, get out of here. I'm a backhand slap. Get out of here. It's easier for a camel to ink through the eye of needle than for a rich man. Another backhand. Get out of here. I'm trying to be rich. I'm tired of worrying about this. Tired of worrying about how to pay this. Tired of worrying about, am I gonna be able to leave my son something behind? I ain't studying that y'all talking about money to root all evil bullshit. I want me some. And plenty of it. So, again, what do you do when you want that too, but you wasn't born able to sing, dance, act, rap, run fast, jump high, bounce the ball, catch the ball, throw the ball, and then you got your people, the Elons, the Jeff Bezos, the Mark Zuckerberg. Even though they can't run fast, jump high, sing, none of that. A lot of times they do better than those people because how did you get those ideas? I started to wonder sometimes, and I hear people saying that the lizard people. I'm like, man, get out of here. Y'all heard it before? Lizard people, that they ain't real, they ain't human. People that's to reach that level, or they sold their soul to the devil, or they done did it. Whatever the reason is, what y'all think? Because I'm sitting there saying, how in the hell do you get there? If I can't get there, how in the hell they do it? Because I believe I'm supreme. I believe I'm one hell of a fella. I believe that if there's something anybody else can do, I can do. Then not so fast, friend. You can't do a 360 dunk, big boy. And your damn sure can't sing. I can blow some backs off, royal. I can't. I'm not giving no coins. They don't make no money no way. But other than that, how do you get to that level? As I'm looking at these people, they look just like me and you. They talk, they speak in English, I don't see nothing. What determines? How will this decide that the majority of us gonna be out here working, struggling, paying bills, and you have a few that's gonna, you look at their life and be like, God damn. And as I was sitting, thinking, wondering, trying to figure, because I'm trying to figure it out, because I'm trying to get there. The reason I'm asking these questions, because I'm trying to get there, y'all. I'm not pocket watching, not hating, not jealous, wanting nothing to happen to them, no. I'm asking these questions, I'm wondering these things, I'm thinking these things because I believe in if they can do it, you can do it, but you gotta know what they did first. What did they do? Where did those gifts come from? God? So you mean to tell me God only gave those gifts to the old people? God only wanted the old people to be rich and not have to worry about finances and money and struggling about a light bill and taxes and how they're gonna pay this, how they're gonna pay that. See what else? That's behind on our bills. owe money and we ain't paid it. It ain't that we don't want to pay it. I want to pay all my bills. I want to get to a point where I ain't got no bill. I done paid them. To pay them up. The problem is, they ain't got the money. We ain't paying our bills on time because we ain't got it. I want to pay them. When the tax bill due, I want to just write a check, bam, send it off. Not, I got to make payment arrangements. I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to pay this, I got to pay a little bit on this, pay a little bit on that. I'm tired of it. So that's why I'm sitting around here trying to figure out, what do I need to do? Because everything I done did up until this point, I done been out there on them streets. There's a lot of us that been out there on them streets, doing all kinds of dirt, trying to get there. Still don't make it. Some of y'all say that when they did crime, they did dirt. There's a lot of us that did crime and didn't make it. It ain't just that simple. But they don't believe in God, they willing to do anything for money. I done been there where I ain't believe in God and willing to do just about anything for money. Except some old, still didn't get there. I know plenty of other people that'll do anything for money, still broken it. So how do you explain that shit? I'm just thinking out loud, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe y'all got an answer. What y'all thinking? Think they sold their soul to the devil? Think they some type of alien, lizard people, or whatever the fuck? I want to know. Is it possible for people like you and me to get rich? To finally make it to the so-called top. Is it possible for people like you and me, hard-working everyday citizens, we've been working all our life, except when I took a detour a little while back. I told you, but I'm back on the straight and narrow, working for a living. Because I tried the other way and still didn't get rich doing that.
My website, I have a patent to the machine.
I'm telling you, I did dirt. I tried the other way. I tried to get rich. And I was doing something that they say you can get rich for doing. You gotta cheat, bitch. The system crooked, so you gotta be crooked. So I was crooked, still didn't get rich. Actually, I almost died. So what's the secret? What's the recipe? I'm tired of worrying about money. Well, big boy, you got your health. Boy, if it goes bad, you ain't got no money. There's a lot of people health bad because of a lack of money. Not able to go to the doctor. Or able to go to the doctor if you can't afford the treatment with them. All types of shit. Or the health bad because they're worried all the time. Stressed out.
And this is just one
living
of
in
the
a bad
things
neighborhood. Living in a neighborhood where they don't mind filling the radiation plant in your neighborhood.
Immediately, then they're put behind the veil of national security.
What's that new plant they're filling over there? Oh, don't worry about it. There's nothing to see here.
But every once in a while, something.
Why they got on full body suits and masks and look like they're going to space? Why is the people that work there look like they're going out of space? What's all that smoke building up out them pipes right there? How did I get 6 fingers? I had 5 when I was born. See, we ain't trying to live like that. We ain't trying to be them people that have to live like that. At least I'm not. So how do you get there? Is my question. It's a mystery. If somebody knows, if somebody can help, if somebody that's listening that's rich, can put your boy on. How the hell you do? I work for, I ain't doing this crazy. Teach me so I can teach my people. Or, if it ain't possible, tell me that too. And say, Big Ward, what's really going on, these people done signed some type of contract, they did some type of so-and-so, it's real, it ain't your imagination. If you ain't willing to get down, you would not be rich. If that's the case, if all rich people guilty of some type of shenanigans, is it not possible for people like me and you to go from struggling to filthy rich without having to do nothing dirty, without having to hurt nobody, without having to get hurt, without having to win the lottery. Is it possible? I'm sitting here thinking, I'm looking at these people on TV, I'm like, these folks ain't no better than me. Have you ever thought that? That joke ain't, you got $40 million and dumb as hell. I'm looking at the decisions these people are making that got the money. I'm like, man, is you for real? You stupid. How you get rich like that? And so damn dumb. So stupid. I ain't hating. I'm really trying to figure out the game plan. So I'm asking these questions again for you haters. It's not pocket watching. I'm not jealous. I believe that if you want to be where somebody else at, you got to do what they did. So I'm trying to find out what the hell did they do? Everybody can't be no football player. Everybody can't be no basketball player. They're singers. That's the only kind of people that get to be rich. I don't know, y'all. I told y'all sometimes I be thinking all over the place. But I guarantee I ain't the only one talking. I'm looking at them, listening to them talk. Britney Spears, what she was saying. How the other people? No talent whatsoever. And you be like, what the hell do they do? I don't know. All I know is this. Tired of this everyday hustle and bustle. Tired of struggling, working my ass off, just like y'all. And never getting ahead. Like watering this flower, watering this seed over and over and over and over, and that bitch never grows. Keep watering it over and over and over and over, and it never grows. It seems like it's never grows. And what I'm trying to do is not give up before it grows. I don't want to give up the day before the something grows. That's what keeps me going. Even though I haven't seen no sign of growth, I don't want to be one of them people that give up and quit the day before the miracle happens. Don't leave before the miracle happens. That's what keeps me going. Because other than that, if I didn't believe at some point in time the seed gonna grow, I would have gave up a long time ago. But I done tried everything, y'all. I done risked my life, done risked my freedom. Been shot, stabbed, throwing bricks at the penitentiary, trying to get that money. I still want it. But there's certain things I ain't willing to do no more. So is it possible? Am I wasting my time trying to get there the right way? If that's such a thing. If that's even possible. Can I get there the right way? I don't have no connection. I don't have a rich uncle. Can't play no damn football no more. And when I could play, I wasn't that damn good. Or is it over? People like you and me. If we ain't there yet, we ain't gonna get there. And I know a lot of y'all, here they come, y'all. The Jesus Christ folks, and they happy with Jesus. I appreciate Jesus too. Heaven is great. I would love to go. When I, the day of the heaven, I sure would like to go there. I wouldn't want to go to other places. But in the meantime, while I'm here, get a little easier. There's got to be a struggle every goddamn day. In the words of the great Too Short, I can't wait to get to heaven just to have a grip, or in other words, some money. I want to be able to live good while I'm here. Am I wrong for that? Is that too much to ask for? I'm willing to work for it. I'm willing to go out and get them. I ain't sitting around begging, asking for it. I'm willing to work to be rich. That's the question I started out with. What do you work at to be rich? This shit we don't. These jobs we don't want. It don't matter if you work there 100 years. So obviously this ain't the way. Can somebody tell me, please? Anyway, all over the place. I know. Gotta go. Get it, gotta do it. Bye.
I could not come up with a code of ethics on my own. I think that...
Yeah, you couldn't come up with a code of ethics on your own, so, you know, the court is going to award. This is where I disagree with. When people have this evil intentions to try to destroy another person, they should be held completely liable for that. Not just because, well, I'm my own private journalist, and you know, I didn't know ethics and morals, and I didn't know this would bother anybody. I just didn't know. I'm just a YouTuber. I'm just a blogger. No. Just because she wasn't hired by media doesn't mean she shouldn't be held by moral standards that any human being should get. You just can't go around defaming people. You can't go around lying on people. Yeah. As much as I do not like the message that Meg Thee Stallion puts out, I gotta keep it a buck with y'all. This woman is in the wrong, and there needs to be a lot more people who participate in the gossip culture. There should be a lot more of them being sued. And you're gonna see a lot of them being sued in the near future. Let's go.
Because it's so new, those are the different things that we have to create and make the foundation.
There you have it. I also asked Milagro Cooper if there's anything that she learned and anything that she regrets coming up at 6 p.m. The answer to those questions.
Yeah, we need to see what she learned and what she regrets. Because I could tell you this right now, man. The Most High hates people who bear false witness. You know? Regardless of what we think went on with Tory Lanez and so forth, let's be clear about this. Let's just keep it a buck, man. When you thrive off of emotionally manipulating your audience, and you prey on jealousy, you thrive off jealousy, bitterness, and insecurity. Most rumors start from somebody who couldn't stand to see somebody else succeed. Let's just keep it a buck. And because negativity spreads faster than honesty, the audience will amplify this type of behavior. It gets more shares, more comments, more reactions, and it becomes fuel for people. And then people actually start forgetting. They start forgetting, that you actually speaking on somebody's life. You actually are speaking on somebody's life. Running away with your conspiracies, your conjectures, your lies, your allegations, your accusations. See, what you say about others will reveal what's really inside of you. All of the toxic commentary creates toxic people. And when you got thousands of people who feed off that type of energy in society, trust crumbles among people, paranoia rises in people, everyone becomes suspicious of everyone else. But the truth is, the same culture that celebrates gossip will turn on you. It will turn on you. It will turn on you. And you're going to find yourself in a courtroom because you're on social media thinking it's okay to just make up things on people. No. You gotta be extremely careful what you're saying out here. Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Make no mistake about that. Second Corinthians 9 and 6. But this I say, he which soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly, and he which soweth bountiful shall reap also bountiful. Yes. Gotta understand these things come back around full surface. I like when I see these lying, manipulative bloggers get sued. I like it. When Cardi B sued Tasha K, that was great. That was great for the culture. Hold on, let's go back. That was great for the culture. Because the game's got to stop people. The game's got to stop. Hold on. Yeah, she deserved that lawsuit. She sure did.
Got a screenplay in your head but not on paper?
Yeah.
Meet Scribbler, the AI scriptwriter that turns your ideas into professional screenplays in minutes. With pre-made templates for all genres, AI-powered scene generation, enhanced character arcs,
Top at 5, the verdict is in. Rapper Megan Thee Stallion celebrating a victory today after winning her defamation civil suit against blogger Milagro Graham.
The musician, whose real name is Megan Pete, sued that blogger for playing up a sexually explicit AI-generated video of her. Well, tonight, that blogger is ordered to pay up. Good evening, I'm Jim Barry.
And I'm Lauren Pastrana. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor was inside the courtroom when that verdict was read, and he joins us live now from downtown Miami with more. Yvonne?
Yes, Jim and Lauren. So Milagro Cooper was found liable in this lawsuit, and that is the term used when we're talking about a civil lawsuit. Normally, guilty is when it's a criminal case. So she was found liable in this case. And that means that Megan Thee Stallion will be compensated, but only for a fraction of the millions of dollars she...
Yeah, I mean, she should have got millions. She should have got millions for this situation. You know? I say charge it as a criminal case. That's what I say. I say make it a criminal case. How you gonna put out a deep fake video as if Meg Thee Stallion was really doing those things? This public figure. I mean, look, she got shot in the foot, and she been big stepping ever since. She been taking these bras to court. She been winning. Yeah, I'm not mad at Meg Thee Stallion at all for suing this lady for lying, bro. I'm not mad at her at all. See, that's character assassination, all because everybody want to clickbait. Stop clickbaiting people. If you're a social media creator, create. You don't gotta assassinate somebody's character for views and dollars. You end up paying that back anyway. See, that's why, listen, if you want the truth, you gotta reject narratives that's based on speculation. You gotta naturally reject a narrative that's based on speculation. See, gossip might get attention, but truth will always outlast. And the scriptures speak on that too. The truth will always outlast. This is what people do with views and likes. And there's consequences.
Yet, as you will see now, she was happy with the outcome.
Megan Thee Stallion left federal court with a smile on her face.
Are you happy? Are you happy with the outcome?
I'm just happy.
This is the end of a trial that began November 17th. Megan Pete, the rapper's legal name, filed a lawsuit in October, days after the new Florida law went into effect, It allows people whose images are manipulated, as in AI pornography, a way to sue those responsible in court. That's what this case was all about. Her lead attorney, John O'Sullivan, also came out smiling. Okay, terrific. Sullivan stated Megan Pete suffered emotional distress because of the AI deepfake video. The rapper testified it caused her to seek intensive mental health treatment that cost her $240,000. She even wondered if her life was worth living. She said she also lost music contracts worth approximately $4 million. The jurors answered 16 questions to reach out the verdict. They said yes to Milagro Cooper being liable for defamation. She should compensate Megan Pete. But they also said that Milagro Cooper was treated as a member of the community.
You guys for coming out every day.
Milagro seemed relieved with the verdict.
I just want to thank all the jurors, everybody who participated, and I'm happy it's over.
At the end of the day, she shouldn't be relieved. Her platforms are not that big. That's a big blow. Losing 60K is a big blow. But look, I'm not going to stream live on this very long, man. I just wanted to come through and let the message be clear. If you're a content creator and you do your little gossip culture, you need to be very careful about what you put out there on people. You never know when you're going to get those papers in the mail. You never know when the cease and desist is going to show up. And you never know when you're going to be taking an L in court because you thought it was cool and fly to put some information out that you don't know whether it's true or not. But you put it out there because you can use the word allegedly. Nah, you're going to get sued and you're going to have to pay up. So do what you got to do and listen. Create content responsibly. Look, that's all I want to say regarding this. More material coming.
As an attorney, I could not believe that Eric Snowden told us about the secret prosecutors. Fit, when did we ever learn in law school that there were secret government prosecutors? When did we learn that there were secret judges? When did we learn that there were secret courts? Fit and I, we were trained to defend this country legally, to administer the laws. They never told me and Fit about the secret prosecutors, never told us about the secret courts.
Yo, what's happening? It's your boy Papa Dope back with another video. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Double salute to everybody been going to ubuntuapparel.com. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. And if you're on YouTube, and you go right below, get your sweater, get your hoodie or shirt. That's how y'all can help me with this journey. And double salute to all my monthly subscribers. Man, I can't thank y'all. Okay? If you pay attention to the video I just showed you, right? You're talking about somebody that went to school, went to college, paid money, right? Just to be deceived. He don't know nothing about these secret courts, secret judges, secret lawyers. What is a secret? A secret is something that somebody don't want you to know. Point blank, period. That's why they got secret societies. We all have to speak a language or some type of form of communication to communicate. That's why they go in secrecy, right? And a lot of these words you think are words, you may not think or may not know the true meaning of it, but they do. This is how they operate amongst us. Why is it a secret? I told y'all, if you know anything about the court system, you should look at what legal leads are. That's a whole nother language that they are not going to teach you. This is how they can say shit to you without saying it. When you go register your car, that means you're going to give your car over to the king, or in this case, the government. Register means to give over something to the king. Remember, back in the days, the king owned everything. The word hell is not underground. Hell is what debtors, like if you're in debt with the king or the government, however you want to put it, is a place you go when you owe money. What that sound like? Jail. Go look up what legalese is, man. When I told y'all, man, when you go into these court systems, you really
You involve yourself in the game that you don't even fucking know how to play. So they're not gonna teach you. I told y'all what straw man was. Most people still don't know what a straw man is. You haven't heard. What is a straw man? A straw man is you go get your mail. Any type of business. It could be your credit card. It could be your car insurance. Your name gonna be in all caps. Your personal you is your first letter in your name gonna be capital. The rest gonna be lowercase. That's the personal you. So you got a business entity of you and you got a personal entity of you. These people have created a business of you because you can't do business to person. It has to be business to business. Sound like some bullshit, but this is how they operate. Okay? That's what a straw man is. So anytime you're doing business with the government, your name in all caps. Anytime you do something personal, the first letter is all caps and the rest are gonna be lowercase. Why is that? You have to understand you playing a game that you don't know exists. You see what I'm saying? So when you go to court, they say, are you such and such? You raise your hand, you say, I am. You just gave them permission, right, to hold you accountable for your business entity of you. This shit sound crazy, but I'm telling y'all, bro, you have to go look this shit up. So your business entity of you, your straw man, you just gave them permission to hold you accountable for your second entity of you. Shit sounds crazy, but it's the truth. And it's crazy, like I say, go look up what legalese are, man. This shit gonna blow your mind. And I like to bring this stuff to y'all in its most simplistic form so that you can see it's just simply, it's a bunch of bullshit. That's all it is, a bunch of bullshit. The family courts is the worst. If you look at how sometimes the judge be the lawyer, sometimes the lawyer be the judge, they can bring back retired judges, pay them to come and to rule over whatever they got going on, right? That's why I say this whole court system is so fucked up. You got the land of the law and you got the land of the sea. Two different things. What's the land of the law? I'm gonna say the land of the law of the land. Totally different than the land of the law of the sea. This is why when you get on a casino boat, you got to go so far out before you can gamble. This shit illegal. What I'm trying to tell y'all is this, right? When you look at how they conquered civilizations through paperwork, which is a papal bull. What is a papal bull? A papal bull is where the Pope gives the permission to settlers. The word settler ain't what you think it is. Remember, legalese. Settlers are just people who go and discover and take over people's shit. That's what a settler is. Because you're going to settle in somebody else's shit. Because if it was yours, you wouldn't be settling, nigga. You'll be already there. The word residence means you just stand up, not permanently, just for a small portion of time. So when these settlers go, this papal bull give them the Pope gives them the permission through a papal bull, it's a piece of paper to say you can go, you can pillage, you can steal, subjugate, you can take, and you can and put these people in bondage. But most important, you convert them to Christians. And you got this command from the Pope through a piece of paper, a letter. They still got these papal bulls, right? That's in the Vatican. They still have letters from the kings that's sending these popes, not popes, but sending these evangelists and these preachers over to Africa and giving them the permission to brainwash the Africans. Why would white people go to a black continent with their religion? And you have black people, the first ones that get mad at you because you want to tell them about their own religion. This is a brainwash. Some of these people so brainwashed ain't shit you can do for them because ain't nothing you can do for themselves. And all I'm saying is, bro, just use common sense. This is bigger than just getting up, going to school, complying to what the world say does. No, nigga, this is a whole nother type of condition. When a person converts you from a lion to a hyena, that's basically what it is. If I had to put it in an example, you're not being who you are because you don't know where you come from. You're going to be stripped of your history. You're going to be stripped of everything around you. I keep telling y'all, bro, this world ain't nothing but a fucking soul prison. That's all it is. And I can prove this shit time and time again. Right? Bro, it's just sad that all of us, no matter what color you are, we've all been lied to, bro. You've been stripped. These people have told you the same shit I said all over the world because that's where it starts. Until you realize that none of this shit matters. Nothing else matters until you realize everything they taught you was a lie. You can't get past nothing until you realize you've been lied to, brother. Oh, you breathe in the air. Just the air. What the fuck? Oh, you supposed to eat this. Why do you eat that? Because they can't. They spend money to dispose it, so they promote you to drink milk, even though that shit got pus and blood in it. Anybody who in the dairy industry will tell you that. Milk has pus and blood in it. So go look at what the Red River is. Go YouTube the milk.
No, I'm just playing.
It's called the Red River. They buy land and they create these little lakes. Let's say Red Lake or Red River. One of them.
Have when it's working? Is it a lie? Is it average or worsening? Being killed cause your cares ain't lurking? Is it attention cause the people ain't lurking? See what you say is the devil could be purpose, but when it's showing you casting no BC. See it's the cell that be looking for the defeat. Have you all shoot jingle on a copy? When you find out you talking to the Mashi. The Mashi does not exist.
And don't tigger, the words can be trigger. The raps could be cancer out the flames from the sinner. Sinbad original, before Kazam.
I am Shazam.
Demons unleashed, if you quicksand in Egypt. The boy, oh boy, save us and man, I heed ya. Really, I need ya to know. Getting tricked and myself know, cause I was a witness to it. Abyss, let them know. Abyss, let them know. Abyss, let them know.
I thought I told you what was in the abyss. It's that glow in the dark with the Luciferian twist. It's the light bearer causing the night terrors. Don't fight fair, using oppression by any means you would think they're pharaoh. The Mashi, they don't need paper to copy. Take a couple fools with the dark arts like one. Call it light work and it's really Illuminati. Fruits looking very sloppy. We dropping bombs on their plans just like Cyrax. Light shining, demons blinded just from the contact. Mashi's verse to the mind shock, that's when the bodies drop. Naga serpentine schemes all from a false god. Yeah, they wanna put in the work until they call off. Saying they got pulled, but it's really all talk. Saying they got motion when nothing is really working. Say they making moves when all they doing is twerking. One thing's for certain, we see them all lurking. One thing we know is they cannot stop the purpose. Sub-zero feelings on foes, they stuck with the Mashi. They want smoke but ducking all types of heat. Feeling the blaze like scorpion stings. Cutting endure till the end, that's why they have to leave.
Biting the hills while bruising their heads. Treading on nagas, now the serpent's dead. Mashi cannot best a Mashak with the Ruach. Mashi cannot best a Mashak with Ruach. Biting the hills while bruising their heads. Treading on nagas, now the serpent's dead. Mashi cannot best a Mashak with the Ruach. Mashi cannot best a Mashak with the Ruach. Nah. Mashi cannot best a Mashak with Ruach. Mashi cannot best a Mashak with Ruach. Flawless victory.
in that milk.
Hello again, everyone. Hope you're all well on this Tuesday. It is December the 2nd, and it's like 50 degrees, partly cloudy. Sun's trying to come through here. That's why I got my shade up here. If it was just a little longer, just a little, had that extension, it'd be fine. It'd be even better, but it's kind of working. I wanted to talk about several things in this video. I'm going to talk about the storms, like the physical, the real storms that are affecting the country. Also, automobile repossessions are up, like way up. And this economy, it's not sustainable, y'all. And what can we do about it? How can we mitigate? How can we, as preparedness people, what can we do? And with all the talk about how the civility is gone and people are rude, and yes, I think it's worse than it used to be. Yes, it has. I don't know where you are, too. There are still good deeds going on out there. People are still doing good. I'm going to tell you about an example. So stay with me. It's encouraging a passage from Bible as well. So stay tuned for that. But first, some news. This storm, it sounds like much of the country is getting hit with winter weather, winter storms, northeast, some of the Midwest as well. I know here we're pretty seasonal, right? You know, but I saw where there was just, and it's going to be with this for a while, a big Arctic blast coming through and going to stay for, looks like, maybe a few weeks. So stay safe out there. Don't take unnecessary risks, right? So be safe. Stay warm. Hope you have done your preparations as far as winter. And that's depending a lot, too, on where you live. I mean, if you live in the Northeast, you know, it's a different animal from if you were in somewhere, some parts of Arizona or Miami, Florida, you know, even South Georgia. It's different. South Georgia is very different from here. I mean, you know, we're practically, we're almost like Tennessee, you know, weather type, which is a little bit cooler than you would, you know, cooler generally than you would see in the South Georgia, especially the coast. The current administration, the Trump administration, is saying that they will soon, they say, very soon, they will conduct land strikes on cartels and any other country that is suspected of trafficking drugs into the United States. Anyone is subject to attack, not just Venezuela, as far as if they are suspected of funneling drugs in here. Didn't say exactly when, it says soon. Now that could include targets in Mexico, our neighbor to the south. So, you know, I believe we should amp up our, just keep our situational awareness up, especially in public places, especially if you're in a large or fairly large town, city. We know that millions of people are here that were not here a few years ago. And we don't know what some of their intentions are. A lot of them, millions. Yes, I'm sure there in that group there are people that are hardworking, want a better life. I'm sure. Now, they should do the legal path to become a citizen, in my opinion. But many of them probably aren't a danger. You know, they're just trying to work hard. But there are a good number that are not here for goodwill, not here to do good. We know this. We've seen examples of this very recently, right? And so let's amp up the security, especially if and when these attacks start to pop off, y'all. I mean, my concern is that will trigger some folks that are here, that have been here for a few years or more, to do something. I'll just put it that way. Just keep aware, keep alert. I saw a report, and this was out of an Atlanta media source, talking about mostly Metro Atlanta, but I believe this is pretty much, you could say for the nation, in the United States, is that the number of automobile repossessions is growing. People are defaulting on their auto loans 40% more than just 2 years ago. Think about that. 40% more than just 2 years. That's not very long. I think it's a sign of the times. Now, there are many reasons for that. You have people that are, that don't do well with money and spend money they don't have, yes. I think there's predatory kind of stuff going on. I mean, people, take advantage of people. I want that car. I got to have that car. Hey, got to have it. I can do it. That's a lot of it too. I also believe, though, when you're talking about 40% more than just 2 years ago, I believe it's also a sign of the times as far as cost of living just crushing people. And the economy on top of it. I mean, you have a storm brewing in itself, when you've got layoffs, inflation, cost of living still up, and this economy is in a spiral. I believe there are economic experts, that are predicting a crash anywhere from any time now to 2-3 years out. There's no doubt the government, no matter who's in charge, the government spends more money, way more money than they do. This is continuing. It's accelerating. I mean, it's getting to the point to where the interest, just the interest payments on the debt alone, is reaching a point where they just can't do it. It's so large, just like if we managed our personal finances in the same way, it comes to a point to where you just flat out broke. There's no credit left, and the chips fall where they may, and it's not pretty. It's ugly, and that is the direction right now. Unless something changes, and the government somehow spends a lot less, which would require payment. I mean, let's face it, on all these things, makes huge cuts in a lot of areas. And that's probably not going to happen. It's probably not going to happen. And so you have a situation to where it's just a matter of time. The music stops and it gets ugly. And I believe that's where we're heading. Now, when, I think you're seeing, signs. I believe, and I'm not an expert by any means, y'all, I believe that we need to prepare, because and many of you are, kind of preaching to the choir, I know. I believe what is coming our way is going to be way worse than the Great Depression of the 30s. I just say it. That's what I believe. Unless something changes, unless there's some type of course correction or some type of big change going on, which could happen, we're not heading in a pretty place. How do you prepare? We can keep preparing like we're doing. We can think about what our parents, maybe what our grandparents did to survive and get through the 1930s and that Great Depression. I believe this could be worse. I really do. We've been watching, I've been saying this before, we've been watching the show, on reruns of the show The Waltons, which that show went on for some years, but was set in the Great Depression. the story was told as during the 1930s. And much of it, they don't dwell too much on it, but they do make it, in every episode, they remind you that this family is making sacrifices, is pulling together to work hard and solve problems to make it in tough times. I mean, they mentioned sometimes, jobs are hard to find. Money's super tight. We're on a shoestring budget here. There's very little to no margin for error, for mistakes, for emergencies. The banks are by and large closed. As common as hearing them say sometimes, are the banks open? Are the banks open? Some are, and then some are, starting to open or something. That's the rumor, and then the number goes around. And is it true? They're dealing with that. It's kind of, it's really something to watch. But what can you do? I mean, I know this is not 1930s, but some things don't change. I mean, can you be creative? Can you get a second job? Can you do the gig? Can you can you work a little more hours? Can you do a little overtime? It's sad. It's really sad, and we shouldn't have to do that, but it is reality. Mrs. Dog does overtime when she can. She asks for it. And it gets approved most of the time. Sometimes it doesn't. Often, by the time I get home, and she's working on the days she works, most days she works from home, she's still working. I prepare dinner, she's still working. She's making some overtime. It's not because we're going to necessarily, lose the house or anything like that. We're not in any danger of that. We're doing well, but under the circumstances, we're doing pretty well. But it's because we are anticipating what is coming. One of us gets laid off. One of us has an illness. One of us gets cut back, or hours get cut back, or something like that. Maybe there comes a time when they say no more overtime. That's what we're preparing for. We're preparing for what if some of the banks start to close. Keep thinking that way. You're not already. There was a line in one of the Walton's episodes where the dad loved the dad. Granddad's awesome. But the dad is like, no, it wasn't the dad. It was the narrator towards the end of one of the episodes, and he said the dad's awesome though. The narrator says, he pulled together, during these tough times. This was during the Great Depression. We did what it took to get by. Everybody contributed, but he said we shared what we had with those in need, and we lent the hand. We offered to help people, even though they're in tough times and they're scraping by. And they show it, and they also demonstrated in the show. I think that's an important point. We still shared what we had. We still helped others in need. I think that's important, y'all. Because when you help, when you share, it comes back on you, doesn't it? It really does. Thought that was important. It just stood out to me. But they're also working some long hours. Sometimes it takes that. I think it's taking it. I think it takes it now, really, y'all, to really put extra back. Prepare for things to come down, and hopefully it doesn't. If it don't, you're in an even better position. Good deeds are still happening out there. A coworker of mine shared with our little team today. Her husband helped out somebody yesterday. She said that her husband was at Walmart yesterday picking up a few things on the way home from work, and she knew he was going to do this, but he called her and told her, "I'm going to be a little late. I'm going to help somebody out." And she said, "Well, what are you going to do?" He told her, he said, "Well, I was coming out of Walmart and I noticed two young ladies had bought they were struggling. They had bought I think she said a TV or a computer. It must have been a TV that was a little too large for their vehicle. They couldn't get it in their car. So he offered to take it to their home because he has a truck. And they weren't very far away, so it wasn't out of the way for him. He said, I'm going to help them get this. I'm going to take their TV home to him. I'm just going to follow them home. And she was, she said at the time, she was like, well, is that safe? I mean, this day and time, I mean, it makes you think really too. I mean, 20 years ago, 20 years ago, wouldn't have thought twice. I mean, really, unless the person, unless you're getting bad vibes and all this kind of stuff. Depends on the situation. And evidently they trusted him enough to put their TV they just bought in his truck. But they did. And he did. He put it in his truck, put the TV in there, and followed them home and got it in there for them. That was really cool. It's not like it was really that bad out of his way, though. But still. I mean, those are things that are, I think more, that kind of stuff happens more than we probably realize. It's not going to be reported. That's why I like to mention things like that. It still happens, y'all. What can we do? Don't put yourself at risk. Don't take unnecessary risks, But let's keep that in mind. I'm going to go to a verse. I am in, go back to Matthew. I'm just staying with Matthew, Sermon on the Mount. Some specific verses were standing out to me. So that's Matthew chapter 5. First was verse 3. So Matthew chapter 5 verse 3 says, from the words of Jesus, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Let's keep our humility now and our reliance on him. That's what that says to me. Also in verse 7, blessed are the merciful, for they will receive mercy. Amen. And then down in verse 11, blessed are you when people insult you and persecute you and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward in heaven is great. For in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you. Amen. Amen. That. Keep it in mind. Do not be afraid. I believe when we get to heaven, we're going to see people with crowns that you just wouldn't expect, right? People you don't know. They're not celebrity. They're not the big names you've heard of. They're just like nobodies, really. In this world, they're nobody, really. Kind of, not in God's eyes, not in our eyes, but they're going to have crowns. So share your thoughts. Share any prep tips. Comments are great. Read through the comments. You'll get some good ideas, some good prep tips, some good education. There's a lot of good information in those comments. Y'all are awesome. So stay alert. Be safe. Stay close to Jesus. God bless you. I'll see you soon.
early 2000s, Black Friday used to look something like this.
I just got hit in the face with a bag. Yeah, and then I got the last Pixie. Good job, Dad.
Or maybe you were familiar with it going a little something like this.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Those days are now long gone. People have realized Black Friday is a scam. It's not even worth all of that. It's not worth fighting over the last TV. It's not worth going to jail. It's not worth it. It's not even worth going out and shopping at all. This is how Black Friday looked this year. Another lie has been exposed. The American people have come to the realization that Black Friday is a scam. Some of us, we already knew that. We was like, what if low-key they're charging more or the same price during these Black Friday sales? They're just marking it up so it look better. Make it look like you're getting the deal, but you're not. It's the end of the year. They got to get that inventory sold and write off the rest as losses on the books. That's really what it's all about if you didn't know. It's a gimmick. It's a scam. I hope you didn't go out and get schemed this year.
Makes sense? Makes sense. This was $26. So now it's $13. But the Black Friday deal was $26, now it's $14. So, what?
You probably got scammed this Black Friday after people posted videos of them finding out items that were really on a limited time deal were just listed for that regular price any day of the week. Like this guy here who was buying Christmas trees saw they usually are $175, but they're on sale for $142. Except on every single Christmas tree at Target, they had these white stickers over the little price, and they were really $120 regular price. This woman right here was shopping and found this odd barcode for $249 over the original price. And keep in mind that is for Black Friday, but really it's $229 regular price. This guy found extension cables for $14.98 on a limited time deal at Lowe's and found the regular price literally right behind the sign for $14.98. And this woman found these buckets here at, I think, Costco for like $15.98, saying this was on sale. And it was actually cheaper during the regular day than it is on Black Friday. So I'm sorry to some of you that fell for these deals, but it looks like more and more companies are starting to do this.
You see, they really sold you the product for more than it originally costed or the same. If you went out Black Friday shopping, you feel played, don't you? Should have just kept that money in your pocket. This is what consumerism gets you. This is why you have to unlearn to relearn. Everything that they taught us is not true. The holidays, the origins are not what you think. Black Friday, you're really not saving. It's time to unplug from the matrix. You've been lied to. You've been sold a dream. Once again, it's a setup. It's all a setup. Get people.
country.